instructors, teachers on the use of technology for teaching and learning. So throughout the years, the one thing that always come up to me, feedback from them is that, Farid, if you give me tools that not easy for me to use, I'm not going to adopt. I need something that's easy, no fuss, something I can take away, I can do it quickly. So hence this presentation. So we are not going to talk about AR, VR, chatbot, whatever. We are going to talk about something that's very practical. Alright? But for any tool that we are going to use, I think it's a good idea to have some kind of pedagogy or some kind of strategy that underpin the use of this technology. Okay, with that, let's get started. I will need your help to whip up your phone or your device so that you can scan this. Or if not, you can go to the URL. Okay, once the page load up, just reply, just respond to that quiz or that question. Okay, this is actually the page. Okay, it's not reaching one. Alright, thank you. So let's just do a quick review on this. So we have folks acknowledging, okay, if we have paid for it or non-copyright, of course you can use that, right? But let's take a look at the 20 and the 6. So according to IPOS, intellectual property of Singapore, where they say that even if you acknowledge or you put a hyperlink or you are not making minor of it, but you did not specifically ask for permission, you might be implicated. That means you are liable for them to actually call you, hey look, you have not asked permission for this. So you might have breach. Okay? So what actually happened here? What just happened? So in your lifetime, have you ever experienced that something that you think you're doing correct, just to know that it actually is wrong? Or something that you believe has been jolted, has been challenged? Or something that interests you but you're not able to do it because you have a gap, you don't have the knowledge to do that? Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever experienced dissonance? Or a gap? Okay, this is more dramatic. Disorienting dilemma. Something inside you that you are not satisfied with. Even these elements may seem negative, but essentially they are critical triggers in the learning process because it presents teachable moment for you. Why? Because you have invoked situational interest. What is situational interest? Have a read. So essentially, when a learner comes into a learning environment, we cannot assume that they have interest. But as task designers, we are able to somewhat design some kind of activity to invoke that interest. But we have to remember that this interest has to be sustained. And this is actually the focus of this topic. The rest are preamble. So we can use technology to achieve, to amplify, and hopefully to sustain the interest that we have invoked in them. So remember, we are not talking about VR, AR, we are talking about mainstream technology. Okay, something that you can use very easily. So the focus is free, simple. You start, you do it, the next minute you can start implementing it. something that's easy to operationalize. So with situational interest as the underpinning theory or underpinning framework, you can use this tool meaningfully. Okay, let's start on the tool. Ta-da! The ever omnipresent QR code. Why we use QR code? One, it's free. Second, this is a quick way to engage learners or to engage anybody. Okay, what they need to do is just to take up your phone, they have to scan and there you go. The surefire way is to tell them, okay, Google this, go and type this thing and it will tell you, is that an O or is that a zero? Is that an I or that is a letter 1? Okay, so QR code is the way to use it. Why? Okay, this is one example that you can use to create QR code. There you go. So if I need to create something, URL, what I need to do is, let's say I just want to tell them to go to this site, and then I click create QR code. It's the internet, it's not a QR code. Okay, if the internet is working very fast, you are going to get the code that the students ready. And the thing that you do next is, you can click download. If you click now, this brings you to that page. How long did it take? Less than 5 seconds, right? You click download. I'm not going to do that because the network is not ready, right? You can download the image, you can share already, okay? And then here, you can add image. If you have your own logo, you can add your own logo. What is neat about this, let's say if you have a sign, you can have a sign, logo, for example, okay, Facebook or whatever. It will appear in the middle, okay, which one? So if it's science logo, you can put science logo. If a math, if a bio, you can put that, it's customized. Okay? So that's QR code. So next, if you talk about the situational interest again, right? You have now messed up your students' mind. You put them in the gap, you put them in the dissonance, right? Throughout the quizzes that you have done. The next thing that you do, you cannot leave them in a lurch. In that state of mind, you have to bring them back, you have to give them an environment or platform for them to be able to ask questions, for them to be able to seek clarification. And one of the ways that you can do that is via EduTECH. What's EduTECH? It's free. It is more than a back channel. Because today's meet has sunset, right? So another alternative is EduTECH. Why? Because it's rich in engagement that you can post images, you can have drawings, doodles, and you can have text to speech. This is an example of EduTECH. You have it here. So EduTECH, you can have them to type in. So example, you are having a lecture, then you create this, you can tell the students, go to this website while I'm teaching. If you have any question, you need to seek clarification, you can type here, I can come back and I can review. There's text to speech, you click this, it will read up, and then you can scribble, you can have other things as well. How do you create this? You just go to eduteach.com. Type in the title, let's say EduTECH, and click. Oh, don't be stupid. 101. There you go. It's ready for you. How long did it take? Less than 5 seconds. And look, they have QR code too. So you can click, you can tell the students, click this, you can use this as your back channel. Touch QR code, that's EduTECH very fast. If you think this is a bit too much for you, you can always use Talk.io. Talk.io is also very fast, very easy to use. So it's very simple. You just put in your channel, like your channel is EduTECH. Join.
Tak nampak.
So you can, if you have Twitter and Facebook, you can have that. If not, you can have your own profile. So for TED Talk, Talk.io is very fast, it's simpler than EduTECH. So you can have these two options for back channel in your class. Okay, so now you have start your student mind, and then you give them a platform for them to seek clarification, to ask questions. Do not stop there. Take another step. After all this, bring them to a space where they can collaborate, they can work together, they can brainstorm, they can